All right. Hopefully everybody's having a good hashtag Friday Pie Day, and hopefully you have a good weekend with your beautiful families. We're riding high, massive gains this week. We had a 100% win rate, 100% win rate across all markets, crypto, gold and silver, equities, everything. I'll run you through it right now. Nordic Alpha Wolfpack is bringing home the bacon every single week, even though yesterday we were eating turkey for Thanksgiving. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully you got my short alert that I put out on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I put out a massive short alert last night on the futures contracts on turkey. Okay, it was a double top SFP, and we had a bearish divergence up there. We topped out at on the same day, almost to the T as we did in 2024. 15% fade. If you're not shorting turkeys, I don't know what you're doing. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in any case. But let's talk about what's going on inside of the markets. Gold, absolutely killing it right now. Looking to break market structure to the upside for a continuation. Not because it's in a downtrend, but to continue its uptrend. Silver, going absolutely parabolic, doing ridiculous, redonkulous numbers. We had massive gains on silver that I'll show you. Bitcoin, trying to do its thing, pumped up pretty massively, to be honest with you, and then starting to catch a fade, right? But we called that out too in the group inside of Nordic Alpha. If you're not inside of the private VIP trading room, I have absolutely no idea why you're not, and I have absolutely no idea what you're doing, because we're coming in there and making gains every single week. We've never had a down week. If you watched my golden nugget this past week, which was 2 days ago, and if you watched my golden nugget the previous week, you took a 7.5% gain just on silver, and you're in 2 profitable trades right now on gold. You had 2 chances to get in. Absolutely insane gains. I'm going to show them to you. I gave those trades away for free. And I try to do my best to give people a fair shake at it, right? Try to do my best to give people a fair shake. If you're taking trades, if you're liking the analysis, if you're liking the content, smash the like button down below. If you're on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Share this around to people. Seriously, we have a 91.5% win rate in 2025. That's insane. If you know traders, you know that that's not like a thing. Most people have like 60% win rates, and that's good. 70% win rates, pretty decent. 80% win rate, immaculate, exponentially great. 90% win rate in a year is absolutely insane. It's unheard of, and it's documented. Okay, it's live tracked and documented. Go to my win rate. I'll show you that too on the website, and you can track it all. You can try to call me out, say, hey, Drew, you're lying. I challenge people. Go see if I'm lying. You will see. Make sure you hit subscribe on this video, and then boom, baby, bang on the notification bell. Let's get into the charts, and let's see what is going on in these markets, okay? So, bam, my handy dandy transition, right? And okay, so also, just for reference, right? Just for reference, where's he at? Drew Wolfer, here he is. Big old head. Looks like Velociraptor because of his Viking braids, whatever. We literally called this breakout before anyone, by the way. We called this breakout before anyone, so just know that. And I was actually catching flack in the comments section. If you go and look at it on the Verified Investing YouTube channel, here, I'll show you. If you go to the Verified Investing YouTube channel, you'll see, like, I caught some flack on this video right here. And no, that's not it. Where's that? Up here, right here. The one with 3.7K views. I caught some flack here because people were like, oh, it's not, it hasn't broken out yet. It hasn't broken out yet. And that was because we were, I believe we were right here. I was showing them on the spot chart. Everybody watches spot. Stop watching spot. Look at the futures charts, man. Look at the futures charts. This is a globally regulated and recognized market, the CME, okay? This is just some chart on capitalcom.com. All right, if you're watching CFDs, that's not the chart. Don't watch that chart. So yeah, whenever I said that, everybody's like, oh, yo, we hadn't broken out yet. We hadn't broken out yet. And I called the breakout back here. You could have caught this entire pump if you would have just listened to me, caught the fade right here, listened to my golden nugget, right? This trade, I gave it out live for free. You'd already be up 2% on gold right now. imagine if you did a, 10x on that, 10x leverage, you're up 20% on your portfolio. Absolutely insane, right? And the reason why I called it out and said, hey, we've already broken out, my friends, is right here. If you look, let me get this off of the screen. Boom. If you look, we had already broken out whenever I was on this video, right? Whenever I was on this video, we had already broken out. This was streamed 2 days ago. Well, what was 2 days ago? Right here, man. Tuesday, we had already broken out. Wednesday, we back tested it. Boom, blasted off. Now we're back up at the highs, looking to close a candle above these highs, man. And then look what happened to silver. Look what happened to silver, man. This thing is pumped up to $57.19, dude. Like, look at this trade that I gave out. This was inside of a different group, but you're up 15%, dude. You're up 15% on silver. Silver. $15% on friggin' silver, man. Silver. Come on. You're up redonkulously on gold. I give these trades out for free. Not that one. I did not give that one out for free. But I gave these trades out for free. You made 7.5% on silver. Okay. Now, if you want to make the double, that's where you got to get the good trades. You got to get into NORDIC Alpha. You got to get into one of the paid services. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to give everything out for free. It doesn't make any sense to me to do that. So, and I'm sure that people, understand that as well. But yeah, in any case, man, it's wild, man. Why are we shouting? Probably because we're taking 15% gains pretty much overnight. If you don't like it, dude, you don't have to be on the channel, Matthias Keck. You can go over to some other channel that's making no gains and doesn't have a 91.5% win rate, dude. Do whatever you want to do. It's all good, dude. We're not worried about it. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. We're not forcing anybody to be here. But what I will do is I will turn the mic down just a little bit for everybody, just in case the mic is too loud, if that is the case. So if I'm exhausting you, you can go take a nap, my friend, because it's just going to get more wild. It's just going to get more wild because we're going to pull out our shield, we're going to pull out our sword, and we're going to go into battle, and we're going to go kill it in the gold and silver markets like we always do, man. Like we always do, right? What do you want to do, Matthias? What do you want to do? Nothing. You don't want to do nothing. So that's fine. Don't take the trades, man. Don't take the trades. It's all good. Let's show you what is going on inside of the Bitcoin markets right now, because Bitcoin absolutely went bang, right? So let's show you what we were talking about inside of NORDIC Alpha, okay? Because inside of NORDIC Alpha, we give out, I don't know, something like, dude, I don't even know how many trades a week we give out inside of NORDIC Alpha, because you got to take me into account and you got to take into account JP, and he scalps. So, he probably gives out 20, 30 trades a week. I probably give out 15. Good God, man, it's so many trades. So in any case, we give out trades on crypto. We give out trades on metals and commodities. We give out trades on the equities. And let's show you what happened inside of Bitcoin this week, because it actually went extremely well, in my opinion, because we called all these out long time ago, right? So this is the short that we called out on Bitcoin. We basically said, look, if we break down below this parallel, which we did, right? And I'll show you. Let me zoom it out just a little bit. So this was our parallel, and we broke down below it. We back tested it perfectly. And then we just hit this deviation zone and this naked VWAP, right? This naked VWAP actually came after that. Sorry. So there was a naked point of control way over here that I've obviously now deleted because we've hit the level and it is no longer naked. So when we hit that, we took our profits and we said, look, if we get down to the secondary deviation zone of this parallel, which is right here at about $80,000, $80,000 to $81,000, we're going to go ahead and smack a long. And that's exactly what we did. We smacked that long, and we were targeting, I believe it was I don't remember what was there. I think it was either a naked VWAP or a naked point of control there. But anyways, we took our profits there, which was absolutely, it was a really good trade. I'm just going to be honest with you. Then what we did was we flipped short. Okay. So this is all in the span of like from Tuesday to Monday, so a week, right? We flipped short at this 0.618 rejection from this nice little downward move, and then bam, just took it down to the bottom, and then guess what we did? We hit another short right up here at this naked point of control and this naked weekly point of control and this naked daily point of control. And then bam, we just smacked it right back down. And that is exactly what we're doing. We're going to target this naked VWAP level that's right down here that we left, boom, in this big green candle that we went up and just absolutely smashed into all of these different levels up here, right? Secondarily, we did SFP this nice little high right here on the 4-hour chart, took a nice little short all the way down, absolutely killing it right now. So what are we looking to do now? Well, we're really just looking to bring it back down to this deviation zone and this naked VWAP right around here. This is the naked VWAP, as you can see from right here. And we're looking to bring it right down to this deviation zone and take it for a long. Now, our first take profit is obviously going to be here at about $88,200. Obviously, full take profit is going to be around $84,000. Now, there is a couple of things that I want people to realize about Bitcoin, and then I want to get to gold and silver and kind of talk about, you know, where we could be going there. So if you get out here, zoom out just real quick to the daily chart. Whoops. Zoom out to the daily chart. This is going to be your biggest demand zone for price. If you hit this, you are going to bounce. Just look at what happened right here. You front ran it barely, bounced. This is a massive, massive parallel that is, man, I mean, let's just call it what it is, man. This thing is, well, let me reload this. How do I reload a chart? Is there a way that you can just reload it? Isn't there a way that you can reload charts? I forget what it is. And in any case, we'll just bring it right back up. See if I can get my parallel, because I have a new parallel that I'm using. Doesn't make any sense. How do you reload the chart? Reset chart view? No, I don't know. In any case, here's my point. If we break outside of this deviation zone, this is why we long down here, because this is the deviation zone for our parallel, right? So if we break down from here, you could see even all the way up to $94,000 as your next resistance, right? And this could be a really good shorting opportunity, but as you can see, we front ran that thing by about 600 bucks. So you might not get up there. And this is a topping tail candle for sure on the daily chart. So your first target is right down here at about $85,000, worst case scenario, right? And then secondarily, your next target's going to be at about $82,000, anywhere from 81 to 82. That's your deviation zone. You break down under there, and I'll show you kind of the path of this. Here you go. Here you go. And then you're coming probably right down here to about $75,000, where you could potentially bounce from that previous all-time high. And then you could be bringing it even further down. I mean, you can get into the 50s. Now, I'm not saying that that's highly probable that you're going to come all the way down here into the 50s. What's more likely to happen is if you break this, you're probably going to come somewhere in here and then get a nice bounce, and you're probably going to start heading up in a massive way. But your first major resistance is going to be regaining this uptrend line, because you can see this uptrend line has been upheld since 2023, man. Absolutely insane. I mean, this is not something to play around with, man. I mean, you got to watch that $94,000 to $95,000 level right now. But secondarily, if we cannot hold 91 to 92, which as you can see right now, we are not holding it. We really needed to break back above here. We didn't do it. Probably coming down here to about $85,000. And then secondarily, back down to these lows at about 80, 81, something like that. So whenever you get these kind of like swing failure patterns of these previous highs, what that does is it means that this low, especially this swing low, is now going to be your new target on your short. So I think you've got a higher likelihood of going down to $82,000 than you do of going up to 96. Now, let me tell you why. Because whenever you get these types of rejections, and especially when the S&P is kind of coming up here and it's starting to top out, as you can see, like it's topping out. It did as much as it could. The S&P and crypto, it did as much as it could during a holiday week. And the reason why holiday, and I'm kind of giving you a spoiler alert of the trades that we took on the S&P this week that we haven't even got to yet. But this is just a PSA, like a public service announcement to everybody. Whenever you have holiday weeks, okay, I'm talking Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, things of that sort, right? There is very, very light volume in the markets. And the reason is because all of the institutions are not trading. They're all on vacation. So it is retail money that is buying. So it is no surprise to me, in my opinion, that we saw this happen on a holiday week. Why? Because retail buyers usually buy. They don't short the market. They buy long-term. They buy the dip. They buy to hold. They buy to build their portfolio, right? So that's why I gave out this trade and this trade inside of Nordic Alpha whenever we came here. Said, look, we gave these trades out in advance and everybody absolutely killed it. You're almost to your take profit on both of them. If I'm taking these trades, right, I am taking my profit here today. I'm not going to run it up to Monday and see what happens. I'm just going to take my profits. And then I'm probably, if we get up here, that's where I'm going to start shorting. We have a lot of poor highs up here. We have a 0.786 retrace. And we also have these previous swing highs up here that we haven't gotten to. Okay. So as you can see, we took out these last poor highs down here, but you're going to have a lot of stuff below you. You've got your naked daily VWAP down here. You got your naked daily VWAP. That's no longer a naked daily VWAP. You got your naked daily VWAP down here intersecting the top or the bottom end, the top end of this parallel, right? And really, you got to get back under this parallel because let's be real, you can't just go up and up and up and up and up forever, right? And what is this parallel? Well, I'll show it to you. Right? This parallel literally dates back. We got to go to the weekly chart to look at this bad boy. This thing dates back on the S&P to literally 2016, man. This is almost a 10-year long parallel, and it's somehow we broke out above it. My bias is we're coming back down into it, and you know, the bottom on the S&P could probably be somewhere around the $5,460 range. Look how far out we are in this parallel. I mean, absolutely insane, dude. So whenever the S&P has the chance of rolling over at these highs like I'm talking about, and then just boom, blasting back down, that could drag Bitcoin down with it, okay? And so that's why I'm saying you have to watch this $80,000 level, this $85,000 level, and then if you lose those, you got to expect about 74 to 76K. It just is what it is, okay? So let's get into the chat, see what everybody's saying. He's got the props. Talking about the sword and the shield. Yeah, we got the props, man. We got the props. We got some prop money too. For motion picture use only. This isn't a prop. I mean, it's technically a prop, but you know, it's real. Matthias, I'm glad I won you over, man. I really am, because I don't want to like lose people on the streams for any reason, right? I want everybody to come here. I want everybody to feel comfortable here. And I appreciate you, man. Champ, thoughts on platinum? Yeah, dude. Actually, we can look at platinum. Let's look at it. It's right here. Look at this bad boy, man. Platinum is going absolutely bonkers right now. Let's pull up my chart. Where is it at? It's in... Oh, this is the wrong one. That's my bad. This is a different thingy. Here's platinum. Okay. So as it sits right now, if you close this candle up here, I mean, you're breaking market structure to the upside. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? And I'm going to tell you this is your range, okay? This is your range. Now, watch this. That's your range for now, at least, okay? This is your previous range, okay? So let me show you something. You could come up here to about $1,710 to $1,730 and catch a fade, right? Now, you could fade here, but if gold and silver keep going up into next week, we could see platinum continuing to move upwards, okay? Now, the one thing I do want to show you is if we go here and we just pull up our regular fib levels, what I could see is a retrace right back down here. If you're looking to get in on platinum, this is your level right here, $1,568. That is also the uptrend line right here that you can see that's been upheld pretty well, okay? We lost it here, but then regained it immediately. We lost it here, regained it immediately, bullishly back tested it, and then blasted off, okay? So I would be looking somewhere in this $1,560 level down to about, yeah, $1,550 to $1,570 or so. And that would be like, if I'm shorting, that would be my short target too. Now, the one other thing that you'd want to take into account is you could just SFP these highs up here at this deviation zone. Like, look at this deviation zone. If you pull this range right here, your deviation zone top lines up perfectly with those all-time highs. So let's say that you keep this trend up and then you come up here and you wick through this. I mean, that is the perfect shorting opportunity, at least in my opinion, okay? So, I mean, that's kind of the TA on platinum as it sits right now. Now, here's the other thing, okay, with platinum. Oops, 1 second. If we zoom out just a little bit, if you break this line, this is your line in the sand, $1,507. If you lose that, you're probably coming down here to about $1,338, okay? That's what I'm seeing on platinum, at least, okay? But I want to talk about gold and silver because we're absolutely murdering it in gold and silver right now. Like, look, it's breaking market structure to the upside. We have 31 minutes to close this 4-hour candle and then break market structure to the upside. We have 31 minutes, hour and 16 minutes to close the 12-hour candle to continue breaking market structure to the upside, break of structure to the upside, and then bang. Now, a lot of people, I went and told everybody that this was going to happen last week, right? I told everybody right here on this, and you can go and view it on my channel too, right? It's right here, right? I told everybody, hey, gold breaking out. Gold is breaking out as it sits right now. So I told them on Wednesday, hey, here it is. And then you had your perfect back test of it on, I believe it was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday, exactly. So you had a back test on Tuesday and Wednesday. We broke out. We confirmed right here. Now we are breaking market structure to the upside. We are in a 100% uptrend on the hourly up to the monthly chart, at least on gold. So as it sits right now, you really have to break down below $4,166 to even start breaking market structure to the downside from a 1 hour's charts perspective. I mean, God forbid you try to break it from the 4-hour and the 12-hour. You got to come all the way down to $3,900, and under 3,660 is where you would start breaking market structure to the downside. Now, let me show you something. Where's my fibs? Huh. I don't see my fib. Maybe it's on the spot chart, actually. I think it is on the spot chart. No, it's the same one. It's the same one. I'm tripping. That's my bad. Okay, so notice how this one-day market structure shift lines up with the 2.236 on my trend-based fib that I pulled from the lows way back here in 2018 to the highs in 2020 to the subsequent lows of 2022, okay? Now, if you come up here, this is why I'm saying, like, I think that 3650 could pretty much be the bottom on gold, like the furthest down you're probably going to see it go, or that you could hope for it to go. So, I mean, that's why I'm saying I don't think we're going to break market structure to the downside. But even if you do, I mean, $3,480 to about $3,500 is probably the most you're going to get out of gold, because once you start breaking down below 3250, that's where you're breaking market structure to the downside on the weekly charts. And you know, it could fade pretty hard from there. But with central bank buying, central bank demands, or central bank demand, and also countries buying and hoarding gold, and then you also saw USDT, which is Tether inside of the crypto markets. They just had to buy like billions of dollars worth of gold to back their stable coin with USDT. So you're probably also wondering, let me get another lighter, why they did that. Well, the reason they did it is because of the Genius Act. Okay, so the Genius Act is basically telling them like, hey, you have to back your stable coins, this is in the United States, with something that is physical. It can be, you know, Bitcoin, gold, you know, things that are physical assets, and US dollars, right? And they want it to be tier 1 assets, which leaves only 6 different assets: US dollar, the Swiss franc, the British pound, the euro, the Japanese yen, and you guessed it, gold, baby. That's all they can back it with. So they've already bought up enough treasuries. Now they're buying up gold, right? So we'll see what happens. But in my opinion, this is where we're going on gold, right? We're going to come up here to a new all-time high. We're breaking this so long as an hour and 12 minutes from now we close this candle above $4,250 on the futures charts. We're coming up here. Okay, even if we catch a fade back down here to get a bounce, perfectly fine, totally understandable, no problem, right? We're coming up to these new all-time highs. In silver, we've actually already done that, right? Silver is just running. If you really want to get technical about it, I mean, you can just say, look, this was a nice cup and handle that broke out, and that thing has a price target of about $60 all the way up here, right? If you just drag this and you measure about 75% of the measured move, that's why you see that the target on this is about $60, so like 58 something, right? Plus, yep, you got it. The silver supply shortage that we saw happening in London, where the United States literally had to fly silver over to help them cover all of the silver that was being taken out from their vaults and being taken physical delivery of. Not to mention China buying ridiculous, redonkulous amounts of gold every single month, right? Yeah, baby, it's the cigar for me, blockchain money. I don't know if I've told people this yet, but happy Friday Pi Day. If you are inside of the Nordic Alpha Wolf Pack, where we are giving out all of these trades literally every single day you're seeing me giving out these trades, right? I just did my video a little while ago talking about how our Bitcoin longs killed it, how our gold and silver longs are murdering it, how our equities longs are killing it, and that we could see our shorts playing out soon. If you're not in here, dude, seriously, it is $29 a month. If you cannot make $29 in here, I promise you, it's because you're not taking any trades, man. We give out so many trades. It's pretty crazy, in my opinion, how many trades that we actually give out, the value that we give for that money. Feel like you're chasing a good gold and silver entry, longer term hold. What's your entry, or have you not gotten in yet? Because this, in my opinion, this would not be the place to buy. Maybe on gold, but I wouldn't buy silver up here. I would buy gold, you know, maybe down here. Obviously not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want to do with your own money, right? But yeah, I mean, I would be looking to buy gold for super, like, you have to be super long term on gold, right? Like, that's just what it is. And as it sits on the spot charts, this is what you really have to watch out for. The spot charts aren't going to tell you the real tale of the tape, right? You can see we've already broken out. We broke out on the futures chart, and then we pumped up above the previous highs, right? But on the spot charts, we didn't break out at the same time, and then you got in late on that breakout, whereas we got in super duper early, as you can see right here, right? We got in super early on this. We're massively profitable already, but it still hasn't even cracked these highs, these previous highs. So you got to watch the futures markets, man, because those things are going to tell the tale of the tape. How do I feel about Japan raising rates? Yeah. So I mean, Japan's economy is a little bit different than ours, but yeah, I mean, I think any major currency or economy collapsing, like what's probably about to happen in the United States, any major economy collapsing like that is going to bring down pretty much every other single economy, right? Now, we have an 80% chance of a interest rate cut coming up in December, right? Another interest rate cut. And that is why you see gold pumping right now. And that's why I think we're probably going to go up to these all-time highs because there's nothing in between really here and here to stop us. Like if you see, this is just a one-day candle from here all the way up to here. This was just a one-day candle. So there's not going to be much resistance, in my opinion. Yeah, if the SEC's watching, absolutely, man. You cannot give people financial advice, man. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, everybody's got to do whatever they want to do with their own money. The reason I ask is I'm looking to exit on the next pump. I feel like they're already starting to bake in the crash, front-running Monday, and Japan announcing a rate hike to try and save the yen. Are you trading Forex? Are you saying you're trading USD versus JPY? Are you trading USD versus the yen, or are you talking about gold? Just tell me what asset you're talking about. I can probably, you know, speculate on it at the very least, right? But in any case, I do see silver probably coming up here to about 50. I can't tell you because like this is the stuff that I have to give away to my paying community. So if you want this super high level analysis, get inside of Nordic Alpha. It's the first link in the description. Would love to have you in there. It's $29 right now. Honestly, it pays for itself if you're taking trades, but that's the least expensive it'll ever be. And you do have options to get up to 20% off on that subscription. So go check it out. But in any case, for crypto, if you're talking about crypto, yeah, dude, I mean, I think crypto is going to be preempted by the S&P. Okay, crypto is going to be preempted by the S&P. You're going to see crypto probably come back down here to 74K. That's just my opinion and my bias on crypto. If we lose this level right here, like we are probably going to, no holds barred, come down to 74K. Oh, dude, I would have done that a long time ago, meaning exiting crypto and entering gold. Yeah, because you're going to like, I don't know if I would be, that's tough, bro. That's tough. Do I send commodity stocks as well? Send. I don't really understand the question. If you mean inside of Nordic Alpha, do I give TA on commodity stocks? No, I do not. I just give TA on the commodities. And then like here, I'll show you. Watch this. So as you can see, I mean, what is this on the wrong chart? Like what is going on here? Why is this one so zoomed in and then this one isn't? All right, so check this out. Like this is gold, right? But look at how it moves in the same sense, right? This is just an uptrend, right? Uptrend, 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 uptrend. This is GLD. Uptrend, 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 uptrend. See what I'm saying? So like they move in unison with each other. So no, I don't talk about the commodity stocks, but that's just something you're going to have to trade yourself and just understand that like GLD is linked to the price of gold because it's a gold shares ETF where they own physical gold. So if gold is going up, then in theory, this should be going up as well because the demand of gold should be going up. So people should be buying into this ETF to get exposure to gold, right? See what I'm saying? So no, I'm not gonna go that. I mean, it's $29 a month, bro. Like, I'm not gonna do analysis on the entire market. Now, if people want to come in and start paying $100, $200 a month and stuff, we'll be happy to cover every asset known to mankind. But we're giving out so many gains as it is right now that for 29 bucks a month, woo. I even have like an entire section that's like 28 mini trainings or whatever inside of here that, let's be real, no one's doing this stuff, man. No one's doing this stuff. So where's my training at? Right here. Yeah, look at this. Dude, I mean, I've got like 28 free trainings in here, something like that. Yeah, 26 of them. So yeah, if you can't come in here and get value for 26 or 29 bucks, man, I would challenge you to tell me why you can't get value. One thing to be for sure, if USDY is 160, if yen strengthens more than 3% against USD in one day, gold will pump. Yeah, 100%. It will. Yeah. S&P will be going down as well. Yep, 100%. US dollar will be going down, Japan raises, and then US lowers. Yeah. Yeah, man, and again, that's why, I mean, you see it, you know, you can go and look at my win rate, man. You can go and look at my win rate just in 2025 alone on almost 100 trades, 200% P&L, 91.5% win rate, 86 wins, 8 losses, every single one of them on gold and silver, right? From, you know, 115 all the way up into today. We're still in 2 longs as it sits right now, but they're both guaranteed winners. Something like 2. Yeah, they're both guaranteed winners because they're so far in the money. I mean, we bought at 40.60 and 41.40. I mean, insane gains to be made. You don't have to trade these other crazy obscure markets to make ridiculous gains inside of these markets. So that's why I always push people towards, you know, the largest markets in the world, which, let's be real, it's gold, right? Gold is the largest market in the world. And that is why I love gold so much. And it's because gold is at over $30 trillion market cap. What's the entire market cap of the entire crypto market? 2.5 trillion, 3 trillion. Gold is 10 times bigger than the entire crypto market combined. What's NVIDIA? $4 trillion, right? Gold is 8 times bigger than that by itself. Get in the most liquid markets and you will have the most liquid money, right? So that's why I've been trading gold and silver and just absolutely crushing it on it. And if you want to crush it as well, man, like I said, get into the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. We'll be more than happy to have you in there. I promise you we will be raising the price. So if you want in at $29, get in now, seriously, because, you know, it's only going to rise with demand. The more people we have in there, the more it's going to rise. And hopefully that's helpful to you all. I hope that everybody has a good hashtag Friday Pie Day with their beautiful families. Gold and silver are pumping. We took massive gains. Bitcoin pumped quite a bit. We took massive gains on that and then flipped short. S&P absolutely pumped. We took massive gains on that and we're pretty ready to flip short. We haven't quite flipped short yet, but we'll see going into Monday how everything plays out, because that's when the institutions are going to come back and they might just rip it right back down and bring people back to reality. Because let's be real, NVIDIA cannot hold the market up forever. And NVIDIA is a house of cards in and of itself. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me, right? Fight me. NVIDIA is a house of cards. They've propped their books up. They're not as profitable as they say they are. Their depreciation on their miners is not right. They're depreciating them over 6 years or 7 years or something like that instead of 2 on their GPU cards whenever they lose, you know, 80% of their value within the first 2 years. It's literally just propping up the books. And once people realize it, NVIDIA is going to just get the bottom dropped out of it. So with that being said, get into the private VIP trading room. If you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you scroll up, hit that follow button, like, comment, share this around to all the people that you actually care about. If you're here on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Everybody have a wonderful hashtag Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families and have a good weekend. Peace.